If you look back at the polls, trying to look at them dispassionately now, there wasn't as nearly as clear an indication of it going to be a safe Remain vote as you would take from how they were discussed. So half of the polls in the last couple of weeks had Leave leads. And there was a bit of a move towards Remain, but there was most of the polls were around the margin of error of 50-50. So everyone talking about it being too close to call, but that got translated into actually it's a fairly safe Remain win. The pattern that we're seeing by age or generation is very roughly twice the level of support for Remaining among young people, Generation Y, millennials, than you see from baby boomers and pre-war generations. So you would typically get something in 60% of young people saying that they want to Remain, and somewhere in the 30s for older groups in our figures. So the reasons for that are related to a lot to do with the issues that were important in the election, in particular immigration. Younger people have twice the level of trust. This current generation of younger people have twice the level of trust in the European Union as older generations, and that's been really flat. The difference between younger groups and older cohorts has been the same over time. So even as Generation Y gets older, and they're into their mid-30s now, the oldest of them, they've still got a much higher level of trust in the European Union than older generations. And that suggests it's something that's been that they've grown up with, they've grown up into. It's changed their views, and it may change over time, but it looks like that gap will stay consistent. So this is the issue for how this vote has decided something for years, decades to come, when this currently young group become a bigger and bigger proportion of the adult population. You could argue actually it doesn't matter so much because their views will change as they get old, but the analysis that we could do so far is actually showing they're probably not going to change their attitudes that much as they get old. They're going to keep that more open, more connected to other parts of the world attitudes, and that's a bigger problem for the democratic legitimacy of something that's so skewed between age ranges and different generations.